everyone, this is Ben, and thank you for joining us on this episode of the Semper Gumby channel. Well, what a beautiful, gorgeous day, and I can't wait because we are headed out to the Ouachitas here later on this week for a couple days of camping. But before we go, I want to talk about what I've been working on the last couple days. And you know, lighting on a vehicle is so important, especially if you go off-road. And many of you saw Casey from Black Truck Adventures come out and help me set up the Cali Rays premium roof rack on the Tacoma. Well, due to time constraints, we ran out of time. You know, it's been getting dark really quick, and we ran out of time to hook up the lighting as far as wiring up, because, you know, they had to get back to Texas. But on both sides of the roof rack, there are two 20-watt LEDs on each side and two on the rear, total of 6 LED lights, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Today's video is sponsored by Auxbeam. They sent me the AR-600 for testing and review and to put it in the Toyota Tacoma. Now, before you start your installation, always take safety first. Always make sure that your battery is disconnected from your vehicle to prevent any damage to yourself or the vehicle or the battery. So after disconnecting the battery, I had to find a location that was easy and accessible for the switch assembly. Now, that being said, because if I wanted to add lights or disconnect lights, I wanted to be able to get to the assembly pretty easily. So as you can see, I mounted my assembly over the fuse box. Now, some places sell a plate that will bolt up to these two existing bolts, or one of these bolts, but I wanted to do mine over the fuse box cover. Now, I did have to drill my fuse box cover and put 2 bolts in the top, but I can still access my relay and fuses from the top if I had to get to it. So, but it was really easy. So what you're going to have when you get the kit, you're going to have a positive wire that comes out from your battery that I ran to this 60 amp breaker. This breaker, if you push this button down, it'll disconnect the power to the assembly. Now, from the assembly, all you have to do is run another. It comes in the kit. You're going to run your hot wire to your assembly. Now, it'll say positive and it'll say negative. On your negative, I ran my negative to the rest of my negative on the ground. So really easy. Again, your positive will come out, go to your positive on your breaker. The other positive comes out, goes to your assembly. Your negative will go to your ground on your vehicle. And there you go. Now, you will have a 4-pin connector here. This right here, and that will go to your control box on the inside. And then you have your accessory that will power up your assembly. Now, depending on your vehicle, I took this accessory lead and put it to my fuse, which was the add a fuse, and I'll show that here in just a second, to my fuse that when I powered on the vehicle, it had power. So this is what they call the add a fuse. Now, this part right here will go into your fuse, and then you will add your fuse into this right here. So I use the EFI fuse that I put right in here, and then that tapped into the spot. Now, with the Tacoma, the lid shuts pretty tight, and you can't just run this wire out the lid. 2 ways you can do that. You can run it from the bottom of the wiring harness that they have up through into the lid, or what I did is, I'll show you. If you look right there, I drilled a little tiny hole and ran the power at a fuse line out there into the accessory line. So I just didn't want to run any more wires out of the harness from the bottom, and it just gives it a little cleaner look for me. Okay, so from your 4-pin connector, it's this wire here, I ran it through the firewall, and then that line here goes to your 6-gang controller that's in your vehicle. My LED light bar, since it's one of the strongest or draws the most power, I've got it on the 30 amp fuse here. As you can see, it says 30 amps, 20 amps, and then 10 amps. So my Raptor lights on my front grille, which is this right here, they draw very little power. So they are on the 10 amp circuit or fuses right there. My side lights, which are these right here, and I have 4 of them hooked up to the roof rack. Oops. They draw off the 20 amp. And then to make also, my buddy Casey for Black Truck Adventures has these label makers, which are heat shrink label makers. So he printed out each accessory, so I know if I ever have to disconnect these wires, I know what they go to. So as you can see, it says driver cab. This is driver cab lights, passenger side lights, and then on this right here, what we got? Light bar, my white lights, and then my amber lights are on the ones on below. But very simple installation. Again, this wire here coming from the 4-pin connector goes through here, through the firewall. So let's cover all this up. We'll power everything up and I'll show you. So let's go ahead and cover this terminal with the rubber cover here. And let's put the power back on. And then also they do come with extra fuses in the cover. And when I say this is the RGB multifunction, you can change the color of the lights of the controller. And I'll show you how to do that as well. All right, gang. So as you can see, this right here is my tack form rail system, and I'll do a video on that here in the next couple days. But let's go ahead and start my engine. And as you can see, I've got power to my 6-gang Auxbeam controller. Now I didn't put the I didn't finish putting the labels on, but Auxbeam does give you a whole bunch of labels for your accessories that you can add on to your controller. So I've got my light bar here. Now let's turn it on so you can see. And pardon the bright green ones here because I don't have any labels on there. But as you can see, I have my light bar, my rack. This would be my left side. It'll be my right side. This will be my Raptor lights, etc., etc. So ergonomically, it's in a great place because when I'm driving, if I got my hands on the wheel and I need to turn on my lights, I can do that just from here, and it's right there. And like I said, these lights will dim down once I put my my decals on, and it won't be as bright. And like I said, with the RGB function, I can change the color of this lights. I'll probably match it to the blue in the vehicle. The first thing I'm going to show you is how we can control the colors and everything in the vehicle from the phone. So pardon the lighting in here. So we are going to go ahead and start up the vehicle. Okay, we got everything started. So I am going to try to control the brightness with one hand. Let's see, that's as you can see how bright it started to come, and then you can bring it down low, and then you can also change the color. We can go with green, we can go with yellow, we can go with purple, we can even go with red if you prefer for night vision. But let's go back to blue. So those are some features you have, and then like I said, you can go brighten it back up or bring it back down if you're driving at night. If you go to the pulse mode, you can go ahead and hit the pulse mode. It'll pulse, and then you can adjust the pulse mode on how fast you want it to pulse. Check that out. That is amazing. So if you're off-road and you want it in the pulse mode, you can have that right there. That's just pretty cool. Hit the mode, and then we're going to go pulse. There we go. So you can pulse your LEDs as well, man, and that thing is super bright. And then go ahead and stop it. Okay, so let's do the Raptor lights in the flashing mode. So we'll go ahead and hit the Raptor lights. And then if you want to do more than one light at a time, you can actually, there you go, you can do 2 lights. Or if you want to do 3 lights, all your lights. So, or if you just want to just have your Raptor lights just go on. And just drive around with your Raptor lights like that as well, which I will do. I also have side lights on here, and okay, and then if you just want to go, if I just need work lights on the side, or just need some extra lights while I'm driving in the woods or off-road, I can just go ahead and hit the left or right side. So pretty cool option with the remote. Okay gang, so that's the installation of the Auxbeam AR-600 6-gang RGB Bluetooth controller. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below and I'll answer them the best I can. I've got the Auxbeam controllers in both my vehicles, both the Ram and now the Tacoma. And we've got some lights coming right now. We're waiting for our low profile brackets from Cali Race. We're probably going to get that Monday, and then we're going to get some lights, put on some ditch lights, and then pretty much I think maybe a low profile bumper for the front of the Tacoma, and some skid plates, and then our lift kit. So we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. So I want to thank you guys for sticking around watching this video. If this is your first time watching the video, please subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that bell notification and hit all notifications, and you'll be notified of all the new videos we pop out. And also think about becoming a Patreon member. For just $3 a month, just $3, you can support the channel and help me get Hoku some treats and get the channel moving that way. And we'll post some giveaways, some spots where you can camp, some prizes, and get early access to some of the videos that we put out. So again, check out Semper Gumby channel at Patreon, and we hope that you can come along with us on that journey as well. Other than that, we appreciate it. Until the next video, this is Semper Gumby out.